Hello everybody, my name is Siderumer, but you can also call me Danielle. Today I am doing yet another cosplay review. I know, another Genshin cosplay, but I just love this game way too much to pass this up. So I was scrolling through AliExpress the other day trying to find another cosplay to spend my money on. And I came across this Hu Tao cosplay for about $50, $53, around that range. And I thought, you know what, I'll give it a chance. It's here now, and let's get right to opening up the package. Oh, it's really pretty. Oh, not the print. Okay, here's the hat. I'll figure out how to put that together in a bit. I don't know what this is. Probably like those, you know. We'll see that later. Okay, that little. It's taking out. This smells nice actually. This oddly smells really nice. I don't know how to explain it, but it has a nice gentle scent inside the bag. Okay, these are the shorts. We have the socks. Pretty sure these go around the ankles. Okay, I've changed the lighting so you can look at the actual colors a bit better. So right off the bat, I'm already getting a pretty good impression, especially considering the price. There was a really nice smell when I opened the bag too. I'm not quite sure what it is, but maybe that's what fell out. Oh. How funny. So that's what it was. I thought I smelled something nice coming from the bag. It's this. There's this little packet and it says osmanthus.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
I'm sorry, you know I had to add in that osmanthus wine clip. So here we have Hu Tao's code. They got the designs all correct. And the vision is actually already attached, so you don't have to attach it separately. It's glued onto the back of the cosplay. I do see a bit of a discoloration here on the foam. I also spy a few hot glue strings, but that's a quick fix. To fix any discoloration on the foam for the vision, I would probably get a small little paintbrush and just dip it in some gold paint and just kind of attach it on all the foam parts. Yeah, you get what I mean. So I appreciate that you just kind of put this like a jacket, no having to struggle with the buttons or anything, which is great because every time I get any garment that has these kind of buttons, I always struggle so much with unbuttoning them. I forgot to show the coattails as well. They did a pretty nice job on them. And the tips have this like gold glittery detailing. So I have the shorts here now. These shorts do have plenty of stretch to them. If you're a bit on the curvier side, you should be okay. They did nice on the gold detailing that she's got going on. Then we have the socks as well. These would be pretty good for everyday use too. So I'm definitely gonna have to find a way to fix this up and straighten that out a tad bit because it did get some creases in it from packaging. But I was kind of expecting that. The hat appears to me made out of felt. So for the gold details on the hat, they're made out of foam as well. And here's just a closer view of it. So you can see how the creases look after being in the packaging for so long, all folded up. I think it's only noticeable though if you look at some really close-up shots of the hat. It's more noticeable in the back though, especially right here. You can really see where it got dented from all the packaging. So I may get a separate one or not. I haven't decided yet. I'll probably decide once I actually do try it on. This one is actually closed by a frog button though. And judging from how this still has the paper on it to peel off, I'm guessing you just attach this onto the underside of the collar so you can give the illusion of having a shirt underneath. So finally we have the other accessories. I also bought the rings separately. I forgot to tell you. So here's a little pin accessory that goes onto her collar. This is also made out of EVA foam and painted gold. So this is actually a wooden pin and it's been painted gold at the edges. I do see a hot glue string here again, but that's not too distracting. The little ribbons hanging from it are also hot glued onto the pin. Here's a more up close detailing of the pin. They added some gold glitter in the middle. And here you can kind of see where everything was hot glued. So this little piece goes on the back of her shirt somewhere. And this is safety pinned onto the back. The red bracelet is pretty nice and simple. It also has pretty nice stretch to it. But finally we have the ankle pieces right here. So these are pretty thick elastic. So at first I thought these had Velcro and you would just kind of close it around your ankle, but these are just really thick elastic sewn together. Also really quick, you guys, I forgot to mention that I bought the rings separately. They arrived yesterday and this is how they look. I already tried the rings on yesterday and with the exception of this one, these are all adjustable, so they're pretty cute. So now I'm just gonna wait for the wig to arrive, and when it does, which should be in about 2 days from now. So next time you guys see me, I'm going to try on the whole cosplay put together and I'll give you guys my thoughts on that.
3 days later.
Alright y'all, so the wig has arrived and I have tried on the entire cosplay. I can hardly see a thing right now, I'm not gonna lie. Everything looks like there's a white filter over everything. I had a little too much fun taking selfies when I tried this on, especially with my Zhongli cut out. So as always, I'm going to just kind of spin around and show off the entire outfit. And after that, I'll give my final thoughts, which as always will include going over how much does the cosplay match the listing, how accurate is it to the design, and how comfortable is it. And I'll also mention how wearable is it to a con. Okay, so to start off, does this cosplay match the listing? It actually quite does. I went back and looked at the listing again. So the cosplay really does match the listing quite well. When I went over the collar, I mentioned that it had these little things you stick onto underneath this part. So apparently I'd actually overlooked that. It was shown on the listing itself, but I didn't notice that the first time until I went back and looked at it again. So for the most part, it does match. I think there were a few minor differences. Like in the photo shown, it didn't look gold and glittery on this part of the costume. I think it looked more of like a metallic gold rather than a glittery gold. I know some people might not like that, others don't mind. Other than minor details like that, it does match the overall look. So as far as matching the listing goes, I am going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars just because there were a few minor differences. Accuracy. How accurate is this cosplay to the character design? They did get down pretty much every single detail of Hu Tao's outfit right. I don't think there's any minor details I can think of that are different from that of her design. I'd give that a 5 out of 5 stars. They went over pretty much every detail. up next, how comfortable is this cosplay and can you put it on and take it off easily? So for the most part, this cosplay is comfortable, the fabric choices and everything. However, I definitely don't recommend wearing this in the summer. Every time I wear this, I get so freaking hot in it. The entire time I've been wearing this, I've been dying of heat. The top half of this cosplay is so darn hot. I'm sweating up a storm as I speak. That's kind of gross, I know, but I mean, it is kind of my fault for having the AC off in the first place, but I did not want that thing being so dang loud. For the most part, everything stays in place. As far as comfort goes, I am gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It is pretty comfy for the most part, but it does get really hot. And for the final part of the video, how wearable is it to a con? I don't think there's many issues you'll face at a con wearing this. The outfit itself is fine, although like I mentioned earlier, your top half is going to get really hot and sweaty fast. For the most part, everything stays in place, but I definitely highly recommend adding some clips onto the hat. This hat comes off way too easily, so I cannot stress this enough. Definitely add a clip or two on like the brim of the hat. I also highly suggest adding some body glue where the top of the sock is gonna go, because that rolls down so much and it's gonna get really annoying fast having to pull it up constantly to try to keep it in place. I've gone to so many cons where I'd be stopping in the middle of I'm just gonna keep that. As I was saying, I've gone to many cons where I'd have a cosplay that had thigh-high socks, or socks in general that just would not stay in place and would keep rolling down. I would be constantly stopping to the side of the hallway and then I'd try to pull it up or keep it in place somehow. So definitely invest in some special fashion or body glue if you haven't already. This is a cosplay lifesaver. I cannot stress it enough. That is one of the things I bring to every single con because of how useful it is. As long as you don't have to deal with things moving out of place constantly, Hu Tao's a really good cosplay to wear to a con. But if you're gonna wear these contacts, oh my gosh. I highly suggest you have a friend willing to be your assistant for the day because, oh my gosh. You can see things for the most part, but when it comes to doing things where you actually have to pay attention to little details or just using your phone, looking at a screen, that's where you're gonna need help for sure. My best advice would be if you're gonna go to lunch with friends or just take a break from taking photos and such in general, I highly recommend using moments like that to take out the context so you can take a break from them. Anyways, I think that's about it for my review for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to see more of my Genshin cosplays, definitely check out my social media in the description. So now I'm just gonna go take out my contacts and catch up on Genshin. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and I'll be seeing y'all later. Goodbye!